From Humboldt, Saskatchewan to Orlando, Florida, Rusty Malinoski has made a name for himself on the wakeboarding circuit. In his second full year on the Pro Tour, the 21-year-old won his first pro event last month. Esther Madzia caught up with him as he made a quick trip back home.
I guess if I had to tell you a little bit about Russ in the early years, he was like pretty driven. If he made his mind up to get something or to do something, it was like on it, get it done, on to the next thing.
As Rusty grew, his energy level was higher, and we knew we had to direct that energy into a different form because school was not where he was going to be at.
What's that?
How do you feel?
Choice.
Yeah, you gonna be doing this big one or what?
Coming out of the turn.
No, going in.
Like going right here.
Yeah, busting some fucking shit.
Don't have enough power.
Oh, you got the power.
250.
Yeah, growing up as a kid with two older brothers in a small town with, you know, all our buddies, there's a huge group of all of us within like a four-year age group that we all hung out, we all did everything, and it was so much fun. And me and my brothers raced motocross, and we were always together. And my middle brother Robbie, he ended up pursuing his dream and passion to race snowmobiles for a living, and he ended up doing that for over a decade. And my oldest brother Randy, he's totally involved. He runs the Mastercraft dealership here in Saskatoon, so they're killing it. He's been doing that for a long time now, and you know, grown that business into, you know, a very successful place.
Well, his neck is gone, so you can tell he put on a lot of weight. If anyone has that footage, yeah, he just got beefy, got strong. No one can really compete with him on that market, and he's only going to get better.
Spent a lot of time here. Mikey,
What's up?
how are ya?
Good, man. You?
Good to see ya.
Bud.
This is my boy Mike, pretty much my very first sponsor.
We used to put this up so people wouldn't use the launch. Remember that?
No?
I put it up when we went down so boats wouldn't come down, so we had more time on the water by ourselves.
Really?
Yeah, we got in trouble though.
Didn't even know the guy was getting me calm water. Oh, look at it.
That was over how many hits? 600 plus?
We did rough math on, because I don't like to change bindings. So I like to use the same pair basically till you can't. And we just did some rough math, and I think there's like over 600 rides on this binding, so. Oh, dude, this is J-Star.
There's one of your, I think your magazine's taped to the bottom, you signed them.
Look at that. Oh, this is my board right here, dude. Look at this. I used to ride, before I got my J-Star Pro model, I used to ride Brett Eisenhower's Pro model. Ike's board right here.
Well, I saw like all of us guys here and you just going like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the passion, you'd come and clean the shop just to ride. It was great. I got the shop cleaned for free and had to pull you on the river.
Well, gas wasn't so expensive, right? It was only like $5 a pull. Back in like 2001 or 2-ish era.
Yeah.
Mike was like one of the originals in Saskatoon here to like have a legitimate wakeboard store style place where you could actually get product, and they did a lot for the sport of wakeboarding in this town and in Saskatchewan.
We'll take a little big air and stylish moves and throw in the South Saskatchewan River, and you have some wicked wakeboarding.
On the river with the OGs. These guys like ran the city. I could do no wrong. It didn't matter. We were invincible. That's what they led me to believe, and that's why I'm so fucked up, I think. Since I was basically like 4 years old, I had my obviously blood brothers, two older brothers, and then I had like all these kind of guys to really steer me in the right direction. So it really turned out well. Yeah.
Look at that. Jam.
Obviously this river was such a huge part of the beginning for me, and all these guys were, you know, obviously a huge part as well. You know, this was a crew that definitely helped me get to the level I was going for. So stoked to be with these guys again and down by the river.
Well, we bought the Bayliner in about 98, I believe, because our boys wanted to start water skiing, and of course that wasn't cool, so they went into wakeboarding. We started putting weight in the back of the Bayliner. We put bricks in and other things because the wake wasn't big enough for these guys. Mr. D, that's what they called me. Mr. D, we learned 7 tricks today. And I thought, yeah, right. So we went out in the boat, sure as hell, 7 new tricks.
Remember, it was like fucking tangent, toe side back roll, roll the reverse.
Hey, what do you think of that when I grab and go to blind like that?
Which one?
The one you've never seen before.
Yeah, looking back over the last 18 years when the boys started wakeboarding out here, like to see how well they've turned out. Russ was, world champion twice, starting here in Humboldt, Saskatchewan at the home of the Stony Lake Water Ski Club.
So I had the opportunity to spend a little bit of time in Florida and do some riding. So I went for like a month, and that's when I got my first taste of like how sick it is down there and awesome weather, and just makes wakeboarding, you know, it's just more fun when you're in Florida.
There was this one cold stretch we had. It was like minus 45 below, and Russ was working construction, and I remember him coming home and saying, I am over this.
Working construction outside is, you know, it was painful, and my passion for wakeboarding was just, I was almost like, you know, obsessed, and that's all I wanted to do was wakeboard. It was just like the funnest thing I've ever done.
I remember getting a phone call. Russ had been down there for about 3 months, and he was real close to earning some money. And I basically said, you know, you got a couple of months, get it done, or you're coming home and you got to go to work.
It wasn't like, well, if this dream takes our son 4 years, we'll just fund his fucking 4 years of playing around in Florida. You know, that's not how it was at all.
So I think maybe that gave him a little encouragement to step it up even another notch from where he already was. And it wasn't long after that where he phoned back and said it's starting to happen, and he had a couple of contracts signed up, and that was it. After that, everything kind of went smooth.
The blinders were on, and basically right from then, it was just head down, and no matter how much success I had or got at the time, whether it was new trick, another sponsor, chasing that first pro win, once I accomplished those things, I just never felt like I did. It was still like I was trying to get to a level.
Every once in a while, I wish that I could slow him down a little bit, and but I, you know, like I've told him on numerous occasions, when he's in the heat of the moment doing what he's doing, I don't think a herd of elephants can slow him down.